Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another movie reaction. This one is actually a big one for me because I'm such a big fan of this series. We are going to be reacting to John motherfucking Wick 4. One of the banes of being a reactor is sometimes you have to hold off something because you do plan to react to it and you wouldn't want to give an unjust fake reaction by checking it out beforehand. I've been sitting on John Wick for so long and it's been scheduled right to this week, and I am so happy today is the day I finally get to see this shit. What almost started out as a sleeper movie, it was quite a low-key action movie, and it certainly didn't have the best fight scenes of the franchise. It was more finding its feet in that regard, but what it did do brilliantly was build the world in John Wick 1. Now, I would say at this point, the John Wick series is perhaps the single most, if not one of the single greatest action franchises of all time. Strength to strength, film to film. I already classify John Wick as a superior trilogy to The Matrix now, and that's almost a testament to how badly The Matrix fell off in the second and third films, because the first Matrix is a absolute classic, transcending popular culture like a Terminator or an Aliens, but unfortunately the sequels to The Matrix were just not up to scratch regardless of the quality fight scenes in the second one. The second one was just incredibly dull even with those fights, and the third one was even duller without them. So yeah, to me it's not debatable anymore that John Wick is Keanu Reeves' greatest action franchise, and certainly one of the best of all time, just due to the consistency shown from film to film. Many of them have a bad second movie or a bad third movie or a bad first movie, but John Wick is just consistently amazing throughout, and if anything, goes up and up in quality of the fight scenes. And there's a reason for this. It's made by a stunt studio. They completely understand what is expected of them in action sequences, and they also understand that they will have to one-up themselves from the previous one, or at least make it of equal quality, because these guys are so clever at this shit and understanding what does and what doesn't work in fight choreography. To me, that is the sole reason why this franchise is just above and beyond what it should have been, and it's the quality of the fight scenes due to the quality of the stunt team that choreographs this shit from the ground up for every single film, and to me, without question, that is the single reason why these films are so great. So I'm actually going into the fourth movie of a franchise with hopes it will be of equal, if not superior quality to its predecessors, just due to the information I've just said. On top of that, they've added some amazing cast members. I know the legendary Donnie Yen is in this one. I know Scott Adkins shows up in penguin level prosthetics. And surprisingly, I know all this without spoiling a single frame of footage for myself by even watching a trailer. I haven't seen anything. I knew I was going to watch this from the day it was announced, so why spoil a single moment of it? And that is exactly what I was able to do. So I'm going into this viewing experience 100% blind, and it is a beautiful thing. I've waited patiently, I've avoided spoilers, and I am fucking ready. So let's get into this. This is John Wick Chapter 4. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it. Okay, I don't know who this guy is, but he takes his training seriously.
I am the way into eternal pain.
The Bowery King returns. I forgot that the last film basically ended with John being delivered to the Bowery King, who himself had been injured by Mark Dacascos and the other assassins, and basically they teamed up at the end of the third one. So I'm expecting John to try and exact revenge with Lawrence Fishburne helping him out this time. What an entrance. The suit of legend. Basically like a Superman outfit at this point. I respect John's dedication, but he really is putting a lot of focus into that front punch. Might want to mix it up with a little jab here and there. Occasional hook, John? No? Just straight up left hands to the finish line, yeah? Well, I believe you can do it. If anyone can do it, you can do it. That is an unimpressively flat sun. Okay, it's way more impressive now it's got the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse riding out from it. Is that John Wick chasing these desert assassins from the last film? Ain't these guys above the high table? Is he literally going for the top people in the guild straight away? It's very rarely you see the hero of an action movie winning flawlessly in an incredibly unfair fight, but those three unarmed men surprisingly stood little chance against John Wick.
Miss?
Also, this guy's downgraded. Where's your fucking tent? Did it blow away? If you don't peg that shit down properly, those sandstorms will get it.
If you came here thinking you could end this by killing me, then you are mistaken.
Yeah, I believe this guy. It seems like an ever-changing organisation, and whenever a head is decapitated, a new one sprouts. I don't think taking out any of the top people will really affect the company. Shit. Well, that is one way to invoke absolute war. It's not like it really changed anything though, because they already had beef with the entire Assassin's Guild, so it's like, why not do that? Fuck you guys, I've just took out your top desert guy, now you gotta get a couple camels and ferry out his replacement. He's gonna take at least a couple of months to get used to the climate and having randomers appear out of nowhere in the sand in front of him. It would definitely disrupt their organisation for a good couple of months. Rest in peace, Lance Reddick, man. Legend from The Wire, and these John Wick films now passed away. We'll never see him again.
By order of the Marquis, Vincent Basset de Gramont, this hotel has been condemned.
Well, that doesn't sound too good. Damn. I'm all for symbolism, but it's quite brutal to just lump an hourglass in front of a dude and tell him he's got an hour to fuck off. Maybe we should all start doing that in our lives.
This will not be pleasant. Such is life, sir.
You know he's got your back to the death, he ain't going anywhere. Didn't you see John Wick 3? He went up against those full body armoured guys with a shotgun.
How you do anything is how you do everything.
Is that Bill Skarsgård? Yes it is.
Mr. Manager.
Now if I was gonna choose a tough opponent for John Wick, Pennywise would be on the list.
Second chances are the refuge of men who fail.
I like his choice of going with hard W's instead of R's. It was a ballsy artistic choice.
Are those on the table who blame this atrocity on New York?
Technically, the real cause of the atrocity was that guy who was on the table in John Wick 2. The one that made John kill his sister. That was the guy that started all this shit, really.
Marquis, respectfully, my hotel.
Your hotel.
I like how all these high table people have weird different job title names.
Sir, Mr. Wick.
We're not here because of John Wick.
You kind of are.
Sand in that glass is merely an echo of my remaining patience.
I've got a horrible feeling when this sand runs out he's going to turn around and shoot one of them. What the fuck? Well, one, thank God they weren't in the building, but two, holy shit. The Continental is fucking gontinental. Oh, fuck off. I knew he was gonna do that. I knew he was gonna shoot one of them. That's fucked. He was such a cool character as well.
Remember Kane.
Bill Skarsgård has got to be like the new big bad guy for this movie, judging by that scene. Donnie Yen the Don. Absolute legend of Asian martial arts cinema. If some of you guys are not familiar with his work, he is an incredible martial artist. I guess nowadays people would point you to the Ip Man movies for his best stuff, but it's not. If you want to see like the best Donnie Yen fight scene, check out a movie called Flashpoint. Him and the main villain in that film, their final fight is one of the best choreographed fight scenes of all time.
I have a name for you.
Respectfully, I'm retired.
I disagree.
So this is the get the legendary assassin out of retirement to kill the legendary assassin who came out of retirement. I love the way the subtitles did that.
Friend.
There is some high-class suits in this movie, by the way. Much respect to the costume designer for picking out such pimpin' suits.
I assume you have a notion of where he might be?
John Wick has few friends remaining in the world, and even fewer he trusts.
Yeah, when you look at it from that perspective, he's actually going to be pretty easy to find.
Yeah, I'm looking for a room.
I'm afraid this facility doesn't allow animals.
What a shit Continental.
She stays in your room.
At least the Osaka Continental will bend the rules a little bit. He's like an artist assassin with a little page full of John Wick sketches. Some of these characters they're setting up are very interesting.
How are our guests?
Some of our Gold Club members are anxious.
It's definitely got more style to it than the New York Continental.
Please tell my daughter that I look forward to our dinner.
What a strange third-person conversation they're having with one another. I wonder how John made friends with this guy in the Japanese Continental. He must have done some assassin work over here in the past, maybe? I don't care how big those guys were, that is a shit job to get given in an assassin hotel.
Winston?
Alive, but they executed his concierge to prove a point.
I mean, they really didn't need to prove that point for like a 25th time, but you know, they chose to.
Friendship means little when it's convenient.
Straight away, this guy strikes me as a loyal hotel owner, just as Winston is in New York. Maybe I will be wrong, but he seems like a very loyal dude thus far. Are these guys all waiting for John? If so, that means there's already like a team of 3 in the lobby. 4, 5, 6, 7? Getting up to decent numbers. Times that by 10 and they'll give a challenge to John. Is shit gonna pop off in this hotel straight away? Surely they've got the same rules, no killing on continental grounds. But then if the high table's given the okay, I guess everywhere is a kill zone now. There is nowhere safe anymore. Ah, that kind of hospitality. Nice, this Continental has a proper ninja loadout. No machine guns and shotguns in this place.
The table has reason to believe that this facility is providing services ut qui excommunicantur.
The table knows everything, don't they?
Fools talk, cowards are silent, but wise men listen.
There's loads of good quotes so far in this movie.
Hello.
Now he's back in work mode, he's looking like a pro.
Mia?
Alive. And your daughter, Akira?
Well,
I'm glad.
They're already making Donnie Yen's character a very sympathetic assassin. I hope he turns against the table and sides with John by the end of this movie. That would be incredible if we add Donnie Yen to the good guy team.
This hotel has been deconsecrated. Step aside.
As if they've deconsecrated it without even definite evidence. Shit, he blocked it with his forearm. That's a power move. Oh, here we go. Straight away you can tell it's high-level choreography. I don't know who this guy with a goatee is, but he seems quite formidable as well. Ah, shit. Here come the Continental Stormtroopers with their super face masks, now in the shape of the Green Goblin for some reason.
The table will kill my father. Me. Everyone, because you broke the rules.
She's right as well. They've just deconsecrated the entire hotel because he showed up here. I feel bad for her and her father.
You armed?
I love how John Wick pulls out his pistol like it's an actual samurai sword or something. This chick is actually a dope fighter. I hope she survives this fight. These guys are so difficult to kill. You have to get point blank shots on them or under the chin shots under the helmet. Oh shit! That was amazing! Got arrowed in the knee and then shot in the face.
Middle.
Come on, sumo guys, I've got faith. Yes! Now that would win any slap fight. Oh man, please don't kill the father or daughter. I think they're both incredible fighters. I would love to see them as mainstays to the good guy team. These arrows are doing better jobs at penetrating shit than the bullets were in the last film. Oh no. Now that Donnie Yen's coming out, you know that shit's going downhill for the good guys. Just shot off a clip just to get the locations. Now that's a man that takes pride in his work. Could have shot him in the face, but no, he thought, you know what, I've got a 5-piece combo for his bitch ass. Also, this is the second time Donnie Yen's played like a blind guy in recent years. I like to think this is the prologue story to his character in Star Wars Rogue One. Fuck. Little laser activated doorbells, that's genius. Even into his 50s, Donnie Yen is so smooth and fast with his martial arts skills. I hope that stuntman got a drink bought for him after that day's filming. Seriously, I absolutely love these new characters. I've got a horrible feeling Donnie Yen's gonna kill one of them early, but I hope both her and her father survive. Cause he's like some cross between a modern hotel assassin and a classic samurai, and she's like a modern day ninja. It also makes it way fresher actually when you think about it that other actors are getting full-on fight scenes without John Wick being present. It sort of mixes it up because everybody fights different. Ah, shit. What a brutal kill. And if she needed to get to the top of the stairs, she literally rode that guy like a mount and he saved her a few steps. I love that quick eject when he flicks it out to the side. What an absolute legend he is, going up against fully body armoured, machine gun wielding SWAT assassins with nothing but a katana. Do not worry, John has got you covered. That was a beautiful little combination he did to that guy. Nice, sort of rolled one guy with a triangle choke and shot the other one. What a finishing sequence. One thing I do know is, if they ever make a fully fledged John Wick video game, I know there is one, but it's a tactical strategy game. If they ever make like a proper shooting John Wick video game, those guys with a full body armour will be annoying as fuck to kill. You know what, I know a bit of nunchucking myself, I do a bit of nunchucking, and while not the most traditionally, you know, cinematic looking strikes there by John, they were certainly effective. Such a unique combination to use nunchucks with a pistol. I know he's a master of all weapons, but I truly never thought I'd get a John Wick nunchuck scene, and I'm here for it. I wonder how long Keanu trained with nunchucks, because I know he would be the type to do that for the movie if he knew he was using them. I wonder how long of a training regimen he went through with them, because they take a lot of hours to get that shit down. A lot of bruised elbows and shoulders in the process. It's also incredibly unique to see someone use nunchucks by grabbing one handle with both hands. Holy shit. That was an incredibly elaborate but beautiful to see jiu-jitsu takedown there. And it's somewhat ominous they're using the full body armour guys at the start of the film, because they were like the end level bosses at the end of the last one, so it's like, well, what the fuck is next if these are the guys you're throwing at him first? Nice little judo sweep with the nunchucks there. I was expecting that to just be maybe a few moments with a nunchuck, but that was actually a fully fledged nunchuck fight scene with a bit of pistol work.
John? Kane.
Bit of a cruel name to give the man.
I'm sorry.
Me too.
Kind of a fucked up universe where even if it's your oldest friend, if you get given their name, you have to kill them, no questions, or you are dead, no questions. Donnie Yen is playing this character brilliantly so far. I fully buy that he is both blind but also skilled and savvy enough to make it work for him even as an assassin. Even against one of the other best assassins.
You took a deal.
Same as you, John.
Right, I get it. So he was like another John Wick who had done a job to get himself out and someone called his marker to do this. Am I right in that?
You dead, John?
What an incredibly honest question. John almost lost a wrist quick there. This guy that was waiting in the lobby. Now, what are his intentions? He doesn't seem to be working with the high table if he's trying to shoot both of them.
Jean Wick. Prime augmentée à $20 million.
Bounties went up to 20 million. Nice. If it gets any higher, he'll probably shoot himself. Not in front of the beautiful cherry blossom. Do you know how much violence they've already seen throughout their evolutionary history thanks to kung fu movies? Bet they've never seen that shit though. That was a stealth dog attack there.
How much? Not enough.
No way. 20 million ain't even enough for this guy. Who the fuck is this guy?
We're in this together now.
So let me get this straight. This guy is an assassin who does want to kill John, but only when the price is right for him to do so. So until then, he will assist John, keeping him alive so that the bounty can get high enough for him to kill him and get the bounty. What an absolutely crazy character. That is definitely an interesting character to throw into the mix.
Alright, Koji. Just tell me where John is.
Don't kill these two, please don't. These characters are too awesome to be killed this early. Don't do it, movie. I've got a feeling he is going to sacrifice himself here so that the daughter may escape.
I don't want to do this.
Shit, they've got me so conflicted. I do genuinely feel for Donnie Yen's character. Now that is some quick swordplay, brilliantly choreographed. I'm going to rave about the choreography throughout this. I do apologise if I repeat myself, but this is as good as it gets, folks.
Even the blind man knows you've lost.
I wish he would give up, but we know he's not going to. Ah, shit. Why did he do that? He gave him an out and everything. I understand why he did it. I shouldn't be asking it, but I wish he'd have just left with his daughter in that moment. He gave him the survival window. Why couldn't we get grizzled samurai assassin hotel owner guy for longer?
I'll be waiting for you.
Even he knows one day she will be coming back for the vengeance for her father, and he's prepared to let her live and be ready for the sneak attack. He's got a lot of faith in his abilities. It wouldn't be a John Wick film without some purple and pink neon lighting effects. Oh, fancy seeing you here. I've just destroyed your entire family's life and existence, but you know, anyone sitting next to you?
He was a friend.
My father is dead because of you.
A little bit because of his own pride as well. It can't not be a factor he was offered to have his life spared. He chose death.
Goodbye, Mr. Wick.
And as much of a downer as that last scene was, at least we did get to keep Ninja Hotel daughter's life. I do hope she pops back up in the movie at some point. It would actually be a great way for Donnie Yen's character to die if he doesn't turn into a good guy, if say he's finally got the better of John and we've forgotten about this chick completely and then she just out of the shadows sneak attack kills him or something.
Last time you spoke to him, you shot him off a roof.
Had no choice.
I genuinely wouldn't hold that against Winston. He purposely didn't headshot him and I think he had faith John would survive the fall. At that point, how can you not assume John is just unkillable? Bill Skarsgård's character seems like an incredibly wealthy individual. I haven't seen him in a single scene yet where he isn't absolutely bawling in the highest conditions possible.
$25 million, plus a matching contribution to my 401k when he's dead.
So 50 million this guy charges. Is he officially the most expensive assassin in this universe?
I like you.
It didn't fucking sound like it. I wasn't expecting him to do that shit.
You can pull the knife out, or you can pull your hand out. One shows me a man committed only to himself.
This is brutal. Oh, shit. Well, okay, point proven. What's funny was, this guy was coming across as the ultimate untouchable badass, and Bill Skarsgård just put a knife to his fucking hand. Maybe Bill Skarsgård himself is actually more formidable as a killer than I first assumed. That is some incredible cinematography there. I miss John talking to Winston. It's good we get a scene like this.
Who is this?
The Marquis de Gramont.
Nice, he asked the exact question I want to know.
Where will it end?
With him dead.
Oh. And then?
I do believe, John, it will end with him dead, but yeah, what happens after that?
Kill him, but do it the smart way. And get him to give you your freedom.
That's good advice. Is there a way he can do that?
High table duels are a myth.
They're a cold, hard fact.
Just when the lore of this assassin guild can't get any more awesome, there's such a thing as high table duels. This is gonna be good.
The Ruskaroma tore my ticket.
And get it mended.
So now he has to go back to the Russian place where he was trained and raised and try and get them to amend his ticket that was torn. I'm sure there's a method that this is achievable with, but it's just so mad, all these markers and tickets and shit. They need to release a lore book for this universe. We'll probably get to learn even more about it when the Continental TV series is released also. This guy's little notebook just has all the fucking answers, doesn't it? Now that is one collection plate I would enjoy receiving. Shit! Take it they haven't forgotten they no longer help John then.
That wasn't a part of our deal.
When it's done, you will have your prize and your pension.
Again, this guy just living the most baller lifestyle imaginable while dishing out orders. I bet Bill Skarsgård had the time of his life filming this movie. Okay, Bill, in this scene you're going to be eating cake in a baller-ass suit. In this next scene you're going to be stabbing a knife in a guy's hand while surrounded by pedigree horses. Doesn't seem like the fairest trial when he's already halfway hung.
Piotr is dead!
Is that the woman from Game of Thrones, or am I completely wrong? The one that used to hang about with Bran and Hodor?
We have a common enemy. We can help each other.
John makes a good point. Also, it's crazy how many of the characters have justified reasons for their actions in this universe. There's no one that you don't believe is doing what they're doing for a just reason in their mind.
It does if I kill him in a duel.
She must love a good duel. That stopped her dead in her tracks.
Kill one to get back in. The bastard who murdered my father.
Give me the name.
Awesome, we've got a mission within a mission.
Harkan first, then we talk.
We haven't seen Scott Adkins in the movie, I don't think. Maybe this is going to be Scott Adkins.
I am Klaus.
Klaus looks like he used to run a pretty vicious biker gang back in the 80s.
I am Klaus.
Not the nicest way to introduce yourself, mate. That is Scott Adkins. I know for a fact because I heard that he was in sort of Penguin in the new Batman prosthetics. That's got to be him.
I am Klaus.
He's not being given the most dialogue because they were Klaus, but he makes the most of it.
You were expecting me.
Not me.
Dawn?
Oh shit. Now is this going to be civil or is he going to try and kill him right here? I would like to see them have a civil scene.
They gave you up in the vain hope of saving themselves.
I can't believe that. His own family gave him up even after this guy killed that woman's father.
I didn't kill Koji. You did, John.
I mean, yeah, it is John's fault, but only back to John Wick 2. The guy that really started this all, as I said, was that dude on the high table trying to have his sister killed.
Wir haben ihn draußen gefunden.
Oh, the tracker's here. I'm starting to question how good this guy's fighting ability is. He seems to be a very good tracker, but Bill Skarsgård easily put a blade through his hand. So does he have real fighting prowess, or is he more of just a finder? Absolutely everyone at this table fucking hates John. Even the dog hates him. And he loves dogs.
What about you, Mr. Wick?
I'm going to kill you.
I've never seen John not back that promise up yet, I don't think.
I thought we play a game. One hand. The winner decides who lives.
I don't know if assassins would all of a sudden want to gamble with their lives, but who knows? I have that set of playing cards, by the way. I forget the company that makes them, but I've got loads of packs of their playing cards. They make such great ones.
Dead man's hand, Mr. Wick.
It's a good hand to get in 5-card stud, though.
4 9s and a 4.
That is an incredible hand. The odds of him getting that in 5-card draw are absolutely astronomical.
Royal flush.
This hand is literally 1 in a trillion, just so you know.
The moment they took a seat at the table, they had already lost.
Now that is fucking impossible. Nobody does a double chest tap headshot like John Wick. Second prize goes to Tom Cruise in Collateral. Now it's a fair fight, that's fair. At this point, John Wick has marched through the most elaborate nightclubs known to man with his gun. Scott Adkins showing his skills in a fat suit is awesome. Shit! Ow! What's fucked up is, that's not even the most brutal fall John Wick has survived in these movies. He got shot off a building. That's nothing. That's like him tripping over a step. Separated by a waterfall. How strangely romantic. Shit! These don't even look like sort of medieval axes. They look more like tactical axes, kinda. That momentum throw looked dope as fuck. As did that flying axe to the face. Look at Donnie Yen. What an incredible martial artist. I am a martial artist myself. I do love more the reality side of martial arts rather than the cinematic, but when you see someone who can do it at the highest of high cinematic levels such as Donnie Yen, it is absolutely poetry in motion. They've given Scott Adkins an interesting fighting style in this movie. He was using traditional kickboxing a minute ago. Now he's bringing in the fucking pullback clothesline. Nice, classic double leg takedown there by John, followed by a guard pass into mount. John Wick just went 2003 Fedor Emelianenko on his ass. They continue to make these fight scenes so creative and original by bringing new weapons or elements into them almost every single time. As much as action movies are not seen as like the height of creativity in filmmaking, people bypass the amount of creativity put into fight choreography and to make each one different or unique in its own way. Such skills that 99.99% of the entire movie industry have no idea even exist. He looks fucking dead now. And also, how dope is it that this film gives both Donnie Yen quite a large English-speaking part, something that Blade 2 was too afraid to do back in the day, and also gives Scott Adkins a character part to play, so he can flex his acting chops, proper allowing these two legendary martial arts actors to step outside of the box and show they can do other stuff. Donnie Yen deserved to blow up in the West just as much as Jackie Chan did, but I just feel like he wasn't given the same opportunities, and it's a shame, because if anything, he's not as parkoury, but as an actual martial artist, I feel like he may even be superior to Jackie Chan, who himself is incredible.
Hell of a thing for them to take your eyes, though.
They didn't take them. I gave them.
Ah, fucking hell. Now, I thought it was quite brutal John sacrificing his finger in the last film, let alone a man gouging his eyes out in offerings to the high table. I like how she completely didn't mention that she double-crossed John and expected those guys to kill him. Branding always looks so painful, but that one into a cauldron looked particularly brutal. But that is the mini mission complete, so now he has the backing of a family so he can challenge the Marquis. So everything is going John's way at this point. They are some impressively big-ass paintings he is walking past. Holy shit. For an action movie, this is beautifully framed and thought out. And of course this is where Bill Skarsgård's hanging.
You must intend to join your concierge.
Welcome to my ball-ass pad, Winston. I'm currently looking at hundreds of years old works of art. That's my Dave Chappelle player hater's ball voice.
Roscoe Roma challenged the acceptance of Mr. Wick back into the fold. It's all there. Recorded history now.
I mean, if this guy truly does represent the guild and the high table, he has to go in accordance with their rules and allow this duel. I don't give a fuck how big the paintings are he enjoys.
And what exactly are Mr. Wick's terms?
The unconditional release of any and all obligations to the table.
He might not like it, but he has to accept, so he can look at his little painting for a minute and then deal with it.
And who could predict how high that kind of glory could take a man in our world?
Yeah, if he's looking to make moves and move up the ladder, this might allow him to do so legitimately.
My hotel rebuilt and reconsecrated, all at the table's expense.
And they better do the hotel up so it looks better than the Osaka one, because it was shitting on their one.
A man second, like his sponsor, either walks out with his champion or is buried beside him.
I think if Winston's got to put his life in anybody's hands, John Wick is a good fucking choice. I don't think he's going to change his mind hearing that information. I think he'll be like, well, are you the other guy's second? Because in which case, hold on to your fucking asshole, mate. Of course, I'm guessing Donnie Yen's gonna be selected as their champion, which sucks. I would love to see him in more of these movies. If he can survive this movie, I would love it.
The challenge chooses first. Time.
Sunrise.
Even little things like this are amazing. They didn't have to go this far with the lore. They could have just had the conversation. But no, they've got little glass tokeny things that go along with this process.
You are a killer. An orphan we plucked from the street and owned into a knife.
I haven't mentioned it yet, but Bill Skarsgård's performance in this so far is gripping. I love him as a villain in this movie.
A nomination.
Do you have a name?
Kane.
As expected. Oh, this is gonna suck. I do not want Donnie Yen's character to be killed off. Please, something else happen.
His second will be reinstated as the manager of the rebuilt New York Continental.
Oh shit, the stakes in this are so high. Come on, John, you gotta pull this shit out the bag, man.
There's only John Wick. the killer.
Why is he trying to drive this point home in John's head? Surely that will just inspire him to fuck them up. To be like, yeah, you're right. You will all die.
Best find safe harbor before it starts.
What, so they can just kill him before the duel starts? Surely they're granted some sort of immunity from assassination attempts if a duel's been agreed upon. Apparently fucking not. The High Table needs to sort their rules out. If this was the Premier League, fans would be fucking furious at that loophole.
She will have to face the consequences. The choice is yours.
Again, this potentially foreshadows Donnie Yen coming to the good side because he's threatening his daughter. He's been forced into this under horrific circumstances. He could just decide to turn on them and side with John. To be honest, him and Donnie Yen against everyone. My money's on fucking those two. My money's on one of them against everyone, let alone both of them combined. And it's strange because no matter what one of them's by himself, I put my money on the one. So if it was John Wick against Donnie Yen and all the rest, he'd win. But if it was Donnie Yen against John Wick and all the rest, he'd win. It's a strange old universe. Look how beautifully that is filmed. The lighting, the scenery, absolutely everything about it is top level. You just don't expect this in action movies. It's not even necessary. Action movies don't have to do this for us. We're here for the fucking violence. But yeah, this film just supersedes all expectations in all aspects at all times.
You think your wife can hear you?
No.
And why bother?
Maybe I'm wrong.
This is such a cool scene to have before both of them are forced to duel one another tomorrow.
My daughter's not. It was between you and her. You're going to die.
Oh, this is so fucked up. I hope neither of these guys die. Please team up. They are teasing it right now. They're teasing a team up right in my face. Do not take it away from me tomorrow with some deadly duel where one of them dies. I would say it's actually quite a high possibility because if I'm thinking about it in my head as a writer, I would be thinking like, what's the most awesome way to close off this movie? And it would be Donnie Yen siding with John Wick and them going against everyone as a twosome, along with Winston. That would be absolutely awesome on paper to me. I'm sure no matter what they do, it'll be incredible, but that to me seems like the most awesome choice. Little visit to the Bowery before your deadly duel, why not? Morpheus always had good advice in the past, what you got for me this time? That actually looks like the exact same subway station that Neo fought Agent Smith in. And thankfully nothing like the train station from the third Matrix where he randomly spoke to a family then chased a crackhead.
A little far from home, aren't you?
Well, your little act of uncivil disobedience inspired me, John.
They've got their own little subway station. This is almost a cooler base than the Continental. We're getting into Ninja Turtles territory right now.
Trusting your fate to a blind man?
What a stupid thing for that guard to say. Donnie Yen has clearly shown he is the single best fighter on their side multiple times already in this film, and sometimes in front of that dude's face.
I have a feeling Mr. Wick will never make it to the duel by sunrise.
I was worried about this. You would have thought that there would be rules in place to stop this bullshit. Again, the Premier League fans are screaming at their screens right now.
Goes out to you, Mr. Wick. And remember, there is nowhere to run.
Totally unnecessary for them to go this hard with cool lore building of the universe, but they do it in every single film. We're only here for the bloodshed, but all this other amazing cool shit is most certainly welcome. Well, that new suit John's got better be fucking good. It's not about getting hit in the chest with a dragon breath round. I don't know what's worse when you're getting shot with dragon breath rounds, to get shot with a bulletproof suit or without one. At least without one it might fucking kill you. With one, it just sets you on fire.
Your entertainment and informational needs. Good hunting.
Even that radio looked like it was keeping one eye on Winston there.
9mm pit viper.
How'd you get this?
I know a guy who knows a guy who shot a guy.
Now, I've never heard of this pistol before, but it sounds absolutely amazing. If you know about this pistol in the comments, leave a comment. Is it like a specialist gun for specialist shooters at the Olympics or something like that? Or, because it seems like it's above an industry standard Glock or Beretta or Colt 1911, for example.
When I advised you not to dip your pinky back into this pond, I didn't think I'd get wet.
Where the fuck are they finding these locations? I want to go to half of the places I've seen in this movie.
A few words to sum up an entire life.
Long live the king! Had mine made years ago.
Look, you don't become the king of the Bowery and maintain your modesty. You surrender that along your ascension. It's bound to happen.
What I want on mine. John, loving husband.
It's a very simple gravestone. The one thing we haven't seen in this movie I was hoping for was a return from Halle Berry and her attack dogs. They were so awesome.
Our man in black has been spotted in the 7e arrondissement. I think it's high time we paint him red.
This radio hostess is an absolute snitch. I would also say this is the least headshotty John Wick film we've seen so far. Don't get me wrong, he's still headshotting people in true John Wick fashion from time to time, but it doesn't seem as frequent as in the last two movies. Damn! Even though these are digital effects, these look absolutely fucking brutal. They're merged so seamlessly. That's the best one yet. That's definitely the best car hit in the entire series yet. Perfect drifts in a circle while shooting them all. And it wouldn't surprise me if they actually got Keanu Reeves to do donuts while shooting. I think John took me saying there wasn't enough headshots in this movie personally before. I apologise, John. Don't headshot me. Oh, fuck! Seriously, these hits are brutal looking. Well, at least one person out of the last 1,000 stopped for him. To be honest, in modern society, that's not a bad ratio. It's probably batting above his average a little bit, if anything. How have they done these effects to make the hip physics look so perfect? Because they look 100% real. Usually I hate CGI, not when it's this good. Oh my god, a fucking Aikido wrist lock throw into a car. That was absolutely amazing. I don't know how many times I've said that in the film. I'm trying to variate it. I'm trying to call things beautiful, cool, awesome, incredible, amazing. I'm genuinely trying my hardest to alternate my dialogue as to not be repetitive, but I am running out of words, literally, to describe some of the action in these scenes. That just took every time Steven Seagal ever did that trademark Aikido wrist throw and just made it look shit. Damn, and again. Now a judo sweep into a moving car. This is just so creative. You have to applaud it. Thank fuck that dog's alright. What a piece of shit. Okay, John, I get the point. There is enough headshots in this film. Please stop murdering everyone in the face. I'm only joking. Continue, John. That's why I'm fucking here. The mixture of Japanese styles in his close quarter fighting, mixed with pistol shooting, is what makes his fighting style so original. It's not just pistol work, it's tactical pistol work, combined with judo, jiu-jitsu, aikido, things like that, and using those small grips, throws, sweeps, and other maneuvers mixed in with his shooting. It's just an incredibly genius choice. Wow, he's definitely redeeming himself now. And we might not have Halle Berry, but this guy's dog is equally as cool. I wonder if Halle Berry was originally going to be in it and her character was changed to his? Or did he just like assassins with dogs? Because I'm all for it. Have more than one assassin with a dog. I 100% endorse this decision. If anything, I'm now disappointed John never decided to raise his dog to be an attack one. Oh, he's got the dragon's breath rounds. Wow. Oh my god. Shit is going down now. Man, that just looks the perfect amount of absolutely devastating. And they're choosing the bird's eye aerial view going in between rooms for this. Fuck! And also, I want a dragon's breath round shotgun now. This is amazing. This is maybe one of my single favourite fight scenes in the entire John Wick franchise because of its uniqueness of camera angle and the dragon breath shotgun being used. You do not want hit with that thing. There was me thinking John was going to get set on fire. How stupid was I? Of course he instantly got the dragon's breath shotgun. Oh, cinematically as well, it's such an awesome weapon because it's got a boom, a big flame flash, people get set on fire. It just looks so good on screen being used. This guy's actually doing well to fight like this with a backpack on. Completely throws off your balance trying to fight with a backpack, trust me. Interesting choice by the dog, to be honest. Its master was getting strangled to death, but then another guy did have a gun on him. Yes. I absolutely loved that, showing his loyalty to dogs in general. Fuck, that's the third highest thing I've ever seen him survive a fall from. His watch didn't even break. Well, this is going to be an uphill battle. I've got a prediction that all these stuntmen take nasty rolls down these fucking stairs. Yeah, that stuntman was shitting blood. Oh my god. Fuck taking that stunt fall. I don't give a shit if he had a hidden motorbike spinal thing hidden under his jacket. Still, fuck taking these falls. And again, the action is not tiring me out because every scenario is unique in a way. The fact that this is based around just him getting to the top of a giant flight of steps makes it so unique. This is quite funky music for a John Wick fight scene. It's like the fucking Ghostbusters theme. What a shot. Maybe unnecessary to unload the full clip in him after that, but can't fault him for his efficiency. Ah, fuck me. That was an absolutely brutal hit. And he's going down the rest of the stairs now. I would like to know if that stunt was actually done for real, if there was a bit of wire work or a bit of computer trickery there. Regardless, it looked fucking sore.
I need you to get to the top of those stairs, John.
Is he helping him? Oh, he is helping him because he wants to duel him though. He's not helping him, he's half helping him. But even to see a single scene of these two on each other's side is awesome. It's actually almost even more perfect because then we still get the duel afterwards, but we also get the moment of them teaming up, which is what I was hoping for. And at this point, it's safe to say this is hands down the best role Donnie Yen has ever had in Western cinema. I'm almost like proud of him for deciding to give him a role like this, where he gets to do a lot of speaking and just display his skill set. Even though he's no longer in his prime athletically, his speed and shit is still frighteningly fast anyway. He really deserves more things like this in Western cinema. A lot of people also think he was the best part of Rogue One, aside from the ending scene. What an execution combination that was. Is he actually going to remember that John saved his dog and not be able to kill John? Was that a pencil? Nice to know that not only John Wick is a legend with a pencil. Now, to me, that is the ultimate sign that they are trying to show Donnie Yen's character the highest respect in this movie. Only John Wick and him can fuck people up with pencils.
Nuts.
Yes! Oh my god, that looks so fucking brutal. But you know, clearly that's just how the dog rolls, you know? Fucking bites people's dicks off and then pisses on them. Little wine before your duel to the death, fellas? The shell casing's fallen out of his suit there. He had a bit of a rough night, don't ask. He's never drinking margaritas again. Ah, shit. I do not want Donnie Yen to die. Something else has to happen. Just think about Bill Skarsgård threatening your daughter, Donnie. How dare he?
Remember your daughter.
Fuck off.
Yeah, what a thing to say. Seriously, Donnie. Consider turning on that piece of shit.
Last words, Winston? Just have fun out there?
It's like the sort of thing a boxing cornerman would say to his fighter before he goes in for a fight.
Fire!
Okay, arm shot. John's good. So, non-fatal wounds each.
Fire!
That was a nasty one he caught Donnie with. That's a potentially fatal wound if not treated.
10 paces.
At least John only took a shoulder shot that time. I'd say he's winning the duel thus far.
Fire!
Ah, shit. John's taking a nasty shot to the gut there. Did John miss?
I claim the coup de grace. Your weapon. Give it to me.
So John did miss his third shot. Fuck.
You arrogant asshole. He didn't shoot. Consequences.
Yes! Oh my god, that's fucking amazing. And the tracker's happy as well. How dare I assume John Wick missed?
Your obligation to the table is satisfied, John Wick. You are free.
Oh, this is the perfect outcome. Please don't rain on my parade. I don't want anything else to happen. This is a brilliant ending. John lives, Donnie lives, Winston lives, gets his hotel back. Leave it there, okay? Leave it there. Also, kind of a shame because just because Bill Skarsgård did such a good job in that role, I wouldn't have minded him sticking around as a villain in future movies. Regardless, he's dead now, but what a brilliantly portrayed little character that was.
You owe me one.
True, I guess John could have fatally shot him at that 10 pace range, but he saved his bullet.
Will you take me home?
He actually looks in pretty bad shape. Don't tell me he's gonna die. Okay, he's taking a seat, that's allowed. A seat is fine. People need seats, living and dying. Ah, shit, flashbacks, this isn't looking good. And I'm just thinking about it storyline wise, and this movie feels like the first one with a definitive ending, where it could actually end. Please don't tell me it does. No, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. You cannot kill off John Wick like that. They killed off John Wick like that. Wow. That's interesting as well, because it showed you earlier on the place where all the assassins were buried, and John was obviously buried next to his actual wife, with his first and second name.
Do svidaniya, mój syn.
Please tell me there's some other twist and he's not actually dead. Oh, we've got a post-credit sequence. Even if it is just Donnie Yen seeing his daughter, that's kinda cool. Oh, is that the lady from the hotel? Yeah, it is. Shit. I can't believe they left it there. How dare they? And that was John Wick 4, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, John Wick 4, what did I think of that? First of all, I just want to say, I was apprehensive about this one due to the runtime. It did not feel like a 2-hour, 49-minute movie whatsoever. The other two things I want to talk about first, I did mention during the reaction, but I feel like it's important to note the respect they clearly gave Donnie Yen and Scott Adkins by the roles they were given. Donnie Yen gets one with quite a lot of dialogue in English for a Western audience. Roles like that he has deserved for literally 20 plus years, and it's great to see him finally getting them. And Scott Adkins, who is pigeonholed as, you know, your typical martial arts action star, very one-dimensional, etc., is given a role where he actually gets to show he can play a character in prosthetics and do a whole character acting piece with essentially just one martial arts scene from him in the entire movie. And he pulled it off brilliantly. I loved the little character he was playing, some weird, eccentric, Russian, chubby, inhaler-needing assassin who was also quite adept at martial arts. It was a cool little character. As soon as he got to Japan and there was the gun battle inside the Osaka Continental, things just escalated from there, and that in and of itself was an incredible scene, with the old hotel owner who was like some old samurai who used swords instead of guns, and his daughter who was like a ninja. And we got to see the troops that we saw in the finale of John Wick 3 basically in the first fight of this one. And it just makes you think, okay, well, if these guys are first, what is next? And again, sequentially, the movie outdid itself, fight scene after fight scene, literally not a single poor one in the bunch. From the bird's eye view of John Wick going room by room with a dragon's breath shotgun and the pistol, to the ascension of the stairs at the end, I thought each fight scene brought something very creative, if not genius, to it. I can't quantify and compare the action in this to either 2 or 3. The only John Wick film which I believe doesn't have triple A grade action is John Wick 1. I do love the action in John Wick 1, but when I watch something like The Raid, I don't think the action is quite on that level yet. But when you get into John Wick 2 and 3 and now this, I feel like it is literally the pistol equivalent of what The Raid is for unarmed combat. They are the two standard bearers of their individual types of action movie, in my opinion, and I think this is of the highest standard, just as 2 and 3 have been at this point, making it one of the most consistent franchises of all time. Seriously, I'm finding it really hard to think of any movie franchise which 4 films in are still outdoing themselves and not slacking in any regard, from direction to acting to continue to make these incredible fight sequences to the effects. It's all brilliant and seamless. And if you guys can think of one, put it in the comments, because I'm really racking my brain here and finding it hard to think of a single movie franchise, action or otherwise, which into the 4th film is still just as consistent as it was to begin with. And like I said, while the action in John Wick 1 wasn't of the highest quality, the plot and the way they built him up to be such an ominous force through dialogue of villain characters, I think makes it an incredible film. So the action didn't need to be of the highest quality to carry the film, because the plot and the way they built his character in the context of an action movie was of the highest quality. And they've just taken the ball and ran with it so far now. The one thing I hope is that the John Wick character has not been killed off. Think of the different people we could get in John Wick 5, the way things have been left. We could get the assassin lady from the Osaka Continental, we could get Donnie Yen's character, who, even though in that end credit sequence looked as if he was about to be assassinated, it's Donnie fucking Yen. These two were not separated in a single moment in their skill levels in this film. He was clearly built to be an equal and opposing force to John Wick, and 100% even while blind has basically a similar, if not even more impressive skill set than John himself has. So yeah, I've got my money on Donnie surviving that post-credit sequence. And you know, thinking about it, I mean, who wouldn't want to stop after 4 films? But literally, if it isn't broke and they're still thinking of creative ideas, I don't see why they couldn't make a John Wick 5. They could easily explain away that gravestone at the end by him faking his death and going into obscurity or anything like that in order to bring him back for the 5th one. So I guess it's kind of perfect on multiple levels actually, because if they do decide to walk away from this series now, they have created one of the, if not like summing it all up, the single greatest action franchise of all time. And if they do decide to bring him back, that gravestone can be explained away easily enough. It's not a big deal. All in all, I absolutely loved this film. This was the first John Wick I had the opportunity to react to for the channel, and because I'm such a big fan of these movies, I've been looking forward to being able to react to it for the channel. I've been doing this reaction channel for over a year now, so while it was still in production, I was like, dope, I can't wait to react to that for this channel. So this has actually been over a year in the making, and I'm so happy that I finally got to see it for this channel, and I can now tick it off my list. And next week we will be beginning a new TV show on the Saturday, so if you guys want to tune in for that, make sure you do. And as always, if you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below, and share these around to anyone you think might appreciate it or want to watch these reactions along with us. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and my channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.